Hi everyone, this is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art, and I'm back with a video today. I had bought this velvet art poster set at the Dollar Tree some time ago, and my question was, can you color this with your own supplies and make it look nice? Because we used to play with these when my kids were little and they had a great time doing it, and that's all that really matters. But I'm just curious, so I'm going to open this and take these markers out and not use those. I'll put those with my mini supplies for when I'm on the go, and I could take a lot of colors for doing journaling outside, but I'm not going to use them on this. So hold on a minute while I undo this. Okay, so first thing, it's not like they used to be. They used to be more or less on cardstock, and this is basically just a very flimsy piece of paper, but it still has the velvet feel and everything. So I'm going to do this smallest one because my tripod isn't high enough for anybody to be able to see anything bigger, pretty much. So now what I'm going to use is, in a bucket over here, I have these water brush markers, water-based brush markers from Paper Factory. You can purchase these 24 in the pack at Pop Shelf for $5. So yeah, I'm gonna use those. So let's see, this is like a dinosaur, I guess. So let me see. Good thing we have a lot of greens to choose from. And then, I'm going to probably, like I said, go over it with some pencils afterwards to, bring out certain areas and shade areas and whatnot. So let's see. This is the darker green, and I'm gonna kind of go along his spine area here with that darker green. Just kind of giving, using the markers themselves to give some shadow, even though I'm going to come in with pencils later. But yeah, I just want, some kind of darker area as a base to even begin with before I add my pencils. I meant pencils. You guys know when I'm talking, I say the dumbest things, like, I watch my own videos back and I'm just like, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's all right. It'll be okay. So let's see. This area would be darker because his arm is over it, and then this area here, and here, that's all I think I'm gonna do with that one. Yeah. Let's see. Now we're gonna come in with this. You know what? I'm gonna use the lightest color possible, because that way when I go over it with pencils, I can just add my darker tones over this lighter shade. So yeah, we're just gonna fill in with this. And I'm just kind of going right over where I had went before to blend that out. And I really didn't know that water-based markers were so blendable, because I always used Crayola Super Tips for the longest time. And of course, if you took their tip and started trying to blend something out, you would probably rip the paper. But it wasn't until I really got different kinds of water-based markers and then brush tips did I realize that you could definitely blend them out. So that was a nice surprise for me. Yay me. So if you guys hear loud noises, my air conditioning broke. Like, it's been broke, but we thought it was fixable. Just needed an expensive part. So we went ahead and bought that expensive part. And when my guy that fixes stuff, he lives here in the same development that I live in, so he's not gonna charge what the regular electricians and stuff like that, handyman, would charge. So he said, you know, there's no guarantee that this is going to work. I mean, I just want you to understand that before you invest in this part. And it's like, well, I mean, better to check that and lose that money than think you don't have an air conditioner and spend for a new one. Yeah, it didn't work. It worked for a couple days, and then I went back out again. So yeah, for the size that my trailer is, it would be it will be $4,000 to $6,000 to replace the AC. So yeah, that's something that needs to be saved for. I know everybody is in a tight spot these days with the economy and rent hikes and everything like that. So I mean, I count my blessings because my rent, I own my house, but you know, you still have to pay rent to live in this development, and my rent is not that much. It's, you know, a little over $700. So when I see what the places back home are going for, just, you know, regular apartments and things, my oldest daughter's been trying to get an apartment for the last year since all these hikes really kicked in. And you know, they want your credit score to be, I think, 650, and they want multiple deposits, and then the rents out there, and this, we're talking about Ohio, the rents up there are, you know, in the thousands. So it's just awful. So yeah, I have to count my blessings, and if my place, I don't know, you know, we're talking about her moving down here, but she has shared custody with my oldest grandson's dad, and he of course won't agree to her moving down here until my grandson is 18. So he is 14 now. So that's the little guy colored in and with the markers, and you can see that pretty much did the job. I'm going to do this ear though. Anyway, take my glasses off. He won't agree to my grandson moving here until he's 18 and could do it on his own. You know, I'm like, you know, you could probably go to court and judge would ask him where he wants to live and all that. And she's like, yeah, I could do that, but I don't know. She just kind of feels bad for taking him away and stuff like that, because she's a good-hearted person. So yeah, but yeah, maybe in 4 years she can, did I just use that? She can move down here, and if she moved in and we all shared the bills, then we would be able to afford to do the things like get a new roof and get a new AC and all that stuff. Hopefully I won't have to go without for 4 years, but we'll see. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do his outline with this other green color. So yeah, and then my husband's job just changed his hours, and he's been there for 2 years, going on 3. But yeah, they just changed his hours, and we were so used to what we had, because he would work 4 days and then be off 4 days because his shifts were 12 hours. And we liked having the 4 days off because we would be able to go and do things on those 4 days. Like when his dad was feeling poorly and he didn't know if he was going to make it, he went home on those 4 days, and he didn't have to have any vacation because he was just going to go home on his days off, you know. And that was great. So then I was only alone, you know, 4 days a week, which, I mean, I'm never alone. I have friends and family here, but you know what I mean, like somebody that's in the house with you can chat with and watch TV with and stuff like that. And so oh, okay, we're gonna have to go all the way around. yeah, so they changed his hours to where he works 8 hours a night now, but it's 5 days a week, and so he's off on Saturday and Sunday, which can I just say boo? Because yeah, Saturday part's great. The Sunday, there is nothing going on in Daytona Beach on a Sunday. Like, a lot of stuff is closed, restaurants and shops and stuff. The times they close are Sunday and Monday, because they have to be closed at some point, and that's just how it works best with a tourist place, because tourists usually go home on Sunday. So yeah, they're closed. Everything is usually closed on Sunday and Monday. So Sunday is going to be a wash. So Sunday, I guess, will be the day where we, do our, because we only have 2 days to do our things, which would be, like going to the grocery, whatever store stuff I need, and stuff like that. I was going to say post office, but nope, can't go to the post office on Sunday. Yeah, everything is just getting weird. So it's just going to be rewiring for a whole different life. And I'm going to have to get a bus pass, because we just have the one car and of course his motorcycle. But he has not fixed it since his accident. Oh, I gotta tell you something about that too. He hasn't fixed it since his accident, which was in March. Yeah. So, I can't drive a motorcycle, obviously, and he needs the car for work. So, I'm going to have to get me a bus pass so I can still be a beach attendee, because, that's what I moved here for, to be a beach attendee. Let's see, what color do I want to do this? I think it's going to look better in a lighter color. So I'm going to stick with this light green for this little spine part. I'm coloring right over fuzz. I hope it's not going to mess up my marker, but that's where the fuzz is. So I probably won't be able to pencil there where there's fuzz. Okay, so yeah, about his accident. So all this time, he's been walking with a cane, he's been limping, he's been, complaining, and finally the other day, when my daughter was here, I was like, that's it, get in the car. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, we're going to the urgent care. No, we're not. Yes, we are. We do that whole husband and wife thing, back and forth. So my daughter finally convinces him to go, and he does when we get there, and she looks at it. Oh Lord, it's always this with her. Yeah, so the doctor looks at it and she's like, yeah, you see that giant red circle surrounding the wound? That's called infection. Are you trying to lose your leg? He's like, no. So yeah, he's been on antibiotics, and hopefully that does the job, because he was really cranky. So yeah, it is the weekend, and it is Memorial Weekend. So my dog, well, you already know how she is, but she's extra because people are having, they're cleaning their outsides and their decks and everything like that, and getting stuff ready, and having, family and company and stuff coming, and she just thinks she owns the entire street. So yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't passed out and worn herself out from just every time she hears something, she goes running to the front window, and my house is really long. So then she comes back here, and then she goes back again. Yeah. It did kind of. Oh, can you see that? It did get this dirt on my yellow that I'm not really fond of. Do I have a piece of something I can... No, of course I don't. I'm going to use my hand. Ugh. Well, some of it came off. Okay, let's see. What do I want these whooshes to be? Oh, when I'm really close, you can see I didn't get it in all the edges. That's alright. You guys, look how thin they make these now. Can you believe that? Back from, you know, when my kids were little. I mean, all my kids were born in the 90s, and I used to do these with them all the time. And never once did I see one come through. Okay, so let's give him his tongue. Yuck, yeah. This fuzzy stuff does not care for marker. So I think in these right here, I'm going to try a pencil and see what happens. But I do need to do these whooshes. I think I'm gonna like make it the beginning. Is that red? That looks pink. I'm gonna do this part like it was making the beginning of a butterfly rainbow. Yeah, so anyways, we got the job change hours. But the good part about it is that he will be here until 9:30 when he does work. So if I want to make a video, I will ask him, hey, can you take the dog outside until I text you that I'm done? So I can make this video. Red. Oh, that was supposed to be... Alright, well, that's alright. That was supposed to be orange. It's okay. Happy little accidents, right? No problem. Okay. And then, for this little cloud, I'm going to make a little bit of gray around it as if it were possibly a storm cloud. And then I think that's all I'm going to do with it with a marker. Okay, so I have my colors, my base colors down. And let's see about coloring it in. Now, I have some pencils out I was using, so I'm just going to continue to use those. I have the Prang 50 set. I have a Prang 36 set, brand new, never been swatched or anything. It's right here. Then I want to give away, yeah, I want to give away the Prang pencils and another set of pencils and probably some crayons in my next giveaway, or maybe the next one after that. But I still need to get envelopes so I can do the packets of book pages that I want to do. So I'll probably do that one first. Yeah, okay. So let's see. I'm looking for a green that kind of matches this green here. And since this is only 50, you know, you can't be too choosy here. This one is leaf green, and it kind of looks pretty close. Because those markers, as nice as they are, as much as I love them, the problem with these is that they're just very like sorbet colors, like poppy, like they look darker than they are. This one's pretty dark, but yeah, you can't get any other sets. They don't have an alternative set that has like more like earth tones and stuff in it, but that's okay. I have other markers. All right, now I'm kind of worried that the paper is not going to want to take too much. So yeah, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to rub it in really too much. Just maybe kind of it just doesn't seem to really like the pencil too much. I mean, these pencils are not bad. You can find a lot of reviews for Prang on YouTube, and there's some, you know, like artists, actual artists that have reviewed them and like them, say that, you know, for a budget pencil, they really are one of the best ones you can get. So I don't think it's my pencil, I think it's just this paper. But yeah, I just kind of want to feather this out some, just kind of like trying to blend out my lines a little bit, and I don't know how successful I will be. You know what? Next time we do one of these, I'm going to try crayons, because those one crayons that I got, those construction paper ones that I love so much, oh my gosh, they are really like an oil pastel. I mean, Crayola has come so far with their pencils, because I thought, has it been like this all along? Like, I know they were creamy, but I remember having not as smooth of a, you know, work with my crayons before. I mean, I'm better at using my supplies now, in terms of, like, you know, nowadays I actually like research how to use my supplies and whatnot than before. But I mean, crayons, it's not rocket science. But I took my crayons out. I took my old crayons out, and was coloring with some of these, and yeah, I mean, they're great and everything, but they don't have anything on this construction paper formula crayon that I got. And I got the 24 pack, which was the biggest pack. And now I just noticed that Jenny's Crayon Collection, if you don't follow her, you should. She loves Crayola, reviews all the Crayola products, but she just got another new crayon, and it's like swirls. I think they're called swirls. Don't quote me on that, because they might be called something else, and that's just what stuck in my mind. But when you color, there's more colors in there. Kind of like those mosaic crayons that I showed you guys, but I'm going to assume that the Crayola is better, because they always are. Than Crazy Art anyways. When it comes to crayons, Crazy Art just does not have the formula, right? Does not have the formula. So here's how he's coming out. He's starting to be pretty cute. What do you guys think? I'm gonna put some darkness in between his little toes here. So, if you're wondering why would I buy one of these? What will I do with it when I'm done? Well, I don't know. You can put it on your fridge. You can glue it into a journal or on another coloring page. Maybe you have a coloring page that's just all like a pattern and just boring to you. Have you ever thought of gluing something on there? You know, I'm big into collaging my coloring pages. Yeah. So, or you could give it to a friend, or you could make it into a magnet, or you can make it into a bookmark, or you could, let's see, make it into a shaker card. That would be cute. Make it into a general card. So this fuzzy here does not really like the pencils, was what I was anticipating. Yeah, it's not a fan. Not a fan. That's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Okay. Now let's see. to find another green to go lighter with. And this is the lightest green I have. So after this, because this will be like the mid-tone here, and then after this, we'll have to go to yellow, which I think will give him a really cute glow. So we'll go darker in between his eyes, right? Because it's always darker the farther deeper in the crevice is of whatever it is you're coloring. So that's why we always make it dark between the eyes. I'm gonna add some here. Excuse me, guys. I just have a dead throat. No matter what I do, my throat hurts. And I gag and cough all the time. I wake myself up gagging on a dry spot in the back of my throat, and I have no idea why. I mean, I just don't understand it. And I went to the doctor and they looked in there. They didn't scope it. My doctor is like super conservative on ordering tests, which is why next time I have a kidney stone, I'm just going to go to the ER. Because I know going to her, she'll just be saying, well, take this and see if you pass it. And it's like, well, don't you want to know how big it is? Because sometimes you can't pass them. Yeah. Fun times. Excuse me. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you like him? Is he cute? Alright. I don't want to make this video too long, so we're going to go over this with the yellow. And then we'll probably call it a day. And you can see how to, you can understand how to do the same thing with these, right? Just take your dark color and where it's touching here, make that the shadow. And for here it would be under, because the light's coming down this way, so the top's going to be your bright spot. So under, you would do your darker lines. And then the stars, I don't know if I would even worry about it, really. I was going to say it'd be fun to do some stickles on here, but yeah, maybe another time. Okay, so we're adding the yellow. It's really giving a nice pop of color. Oh yeah, I want to do another video, or a video about comparing my Twistables, because you guys have asked me that before and I said I would do it. And it's not that I don't want to do long videos, it's just that I have this barky dog. So that's what always kind of stopped me before. But as soon as my hubby's hours change, which will be June 16th, I believe. And like I said, I'll just ask him, hey, can you take the dog with you outside? Because he likes to sit outside and look at his phone and drink coffee and stuff. And she likes to go outside because she's nosy as. Okay. Look how cute he turned out. What do you guys think? I think he's adorable. Why does that look so weirdly splotchy? Might be the lighting. Looks weirdly splotchy. But yeah, so I just wanted to do this little demo on these. That was some trash that I need to take. Some cardboard on these velvet poster arts from the Dollar Tree. I got the ones that were, what is this one called? It doesn't have a name, but here's the picture. You have your big castle. Got your big castle with the big dragon, and then you have a smaller castle situation, and then you got the little dragon. And we just did the little dragon. So let me know if you guys like this series, if you want to see more coloring on the rest of these velvet arts. Let me know if you've ever colored a velvet art, if you would ever color a velvet art. If you do color velvet arts, do you have any tips on working around and over this velvet that would make it easier for me? Yeah, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about velvet art posters, because, hey, velvet's cool. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching and coming back to my channel. See you again. Bye-bye.